Good afternoon, everybody. This is my official 6.5 years living off-grid, or let's put it another way, owning for 6.5 years an off-grid farm. No problems, no legal issues, no address, just a hobby farm out in the middle of nowhere. And after 6.5 years of being out here, living cheap is the ultimate thing that you want to try to achieve. If you live off grid and it's costing you a lot of money, then it doesn't make any sense to be off grid. You might as well be on grid if it's costing you a lot of money. The weather is getting ready to turn to spring, so it's time to start doing the old plant the garden, get everything fixed, get everything charged up, get everything serviced for the spring. Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody is doing well today on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Look at the skies. Oh my God, it's perfect. What can I say? It's perfect. Still a little cold in the morning, but I'll take these beautiful afternoons. It's about 60 degrees outside, a little breeze, no big deal. Feels great. Now, here's the big update. Is this property next to me, because it's the #1 viral video I have, is the 5.19 acres over there with this old farmhouse on it that's no good, and a septic field that's collapsed. All right, now here's what's going on. It never sold because they can't sell it because of the house and the septic field. It's shot. So that property right now is in limbo. 5.19 acres with a house on it that is a piece of junk. And the lady who owns it, the realtor called me and said that he thinks she's senile. So that's the story. It's still up for sale, and basically there's a no sale on it. Pretty much, that's the best way I can explain it. There's a no sale. My yard art. Now, this morning, I had a call yesterday, and a guy wanted to buy my Isuzu. So we met this morning, and he liked it, but the price was a little bit more than he wanted to spend. He was looking at a Blazer for $1,500, and of course mine was a lot more than that because mine's road ready to go. So going through all the stuff up here, getting everything clean, get everything organized, get everything started, get ready for the bees and the wasps to start taking refuge here. When you live off grid and you live in the country, guess what? There's a lot of bugs. Oh my God, there's a lot of bugs. Snakes, not so many. I don't have any snakes anymore, or they're here, but nowhere in the numbers there. When I first got here, oh my God, I'd find 5 a day. Now, none. I see nothing. Just like Schultz, I see nothing. I gotta get ready to burn. I gotta still get this pile burnt down. But all in good time. All in good time. Set my rows. Get it ready for farming. Oh yeah, Farmer Tom. I'm not the worst farmer in the world, because last year I grew some magnificent sweet corn and squash, zucchini, peppers, tomatoes, you name it. I had it out here. All the cattle, horses in the field, they're having a good day. So yeah, almost had a deal on this Isuzu. This is my baby. Let me tell you something. This is one of the nicest ones in North Carolina with the lowest miles, 138,093. 2 owners. I'm the second owner. Just gave it a bath, put some fresh gas in it, let it run down the highway for 30 minutes, and it ran like a dream. Everything works on it. And what I think I'm gonna do is I'm definitely gonna keep it. And I'm gonna put a 4-wheel drive kit on it and raise it up to about right here and put the wider wheels and bigger tires on it and a better suspension system on it and turn it in kind of like a little Baja vehicle. Yeah, that's my baby. You know what? To be honest with you, I didn't want to sell it. And I told the guy, sorry, Aaron. But yeah, I said, really, in 5 minutes, it's gonna be not for sale. And that's exactly what I did. I said, it's not for sale at any price. But that's okay. Because, you know, to try to replace it, you'd spend some money to try to find a nice medium-sized SUV that you can buzz around that's got 4-wheel drive and, you know, tow a little boat or something, you know. And shit, it's efficient. It's never let me down. Let's put it that way. I've had it for 7 years. I've never had it break down on me, ever. That's the moral of the story, and I'm sticking to it, my boys and girls and my wonderful subscribers. Oh yeah, almost getting to 22,000 subscribers. It's been a long journey, you know, a real long journey. It's almost, it's very slow growth. I've been on YouTube, 6.5, 7 years? Yeah, I think 7, maybe longer. I think I joined, hell, I've been on YouTube for 10 years. I can't believe it. I mean, that's a milestone also. So yeah, thanks everybody for getting me up to almost 22,000 subscribers. I've got 10 videos that went viral in the last 7 years. Thank you very much for that. You know, the most controversial one that I got is the one when I was at the coast and I was filming those 2 guys loading that boat. That video still, oh, it's funny. I got like 597 thumbs up and like 1,200 thumbs down on that video, but it went viral because everybody thinks I'm an asshole. You know, you should have went out there and helped those guys load that boat. Oh, screw it! I was doing the video, boys and girls. I was the photographer, the film director. I'm not gonna go help. Anyway, I didn't. I just filmed. There you go. Man, and then of course, the most viral video of all that I've got is about this little house over here. I have had comments, it's like almost 700 comments and 138,000 views on this little house video that I did, and this 5.19 acres. And there's the little house over there, see it? There you go, I know you see it. And then all that land over there, all the way down to the creek. Man, what a beautiful view. That's what I'm talking about right there. Country living and living off grid. 6.5 years out here. And I still, to this day, I will challenge anybody, and here's the challenge. And I've put this information up before, that for this 4 acres and the way I've got everything set up, it only cost $359 a year in taxes. That's it. Divide that by 12 and you'll see what I only pay a month out here, and that's been since day one. The taxes have never changed. Every building, every structure is accounted for because they fly drones over and take photos. That's the big joke between me and the county. I said, hey, I know you guys are flying drones over my property. They said, no, we're not. No, we're not. I said, yes, you are. You got those damn little drones. They're they're trying to take shots of everything. And they all bust up. They think I'm crazy, actually. And I think that's why they leave me alone out here. They think I'm a little nuts. Maybe I am. I think that works to my advantage when it comes right down to it. But anyway, what else? There's so much going on in the news. Obviously, I've tuned myself out. And believe it or not, because of all the work, I've been so busy since January 1 till now. I actually took these 3 days off because my body can't handle it anymore. I'm just tired. A lot of concrete, busted a lot of concrete in the last couple of weeks, and in the last 3 days especially. So anyway, but what the hell, 63 years old, and I'm still busting concrete. So what the hell? I mean, if anything else, it's like going to the gym, right? All right. And of course, my completely off-grid RV, lock, stock, and barrel paid for, and 100% off-grid. And we got every ecosystem concept in the world set up on this thing. Just anything you can think of, we thought of it. At least we hope we have. Water collection system, everything's working. Everything's functional, and everything's cheap. So, for a lot of the guys and gals out there that want to do this off-grid stuff, you have to really consider a lot of legal challenges that you're going to face, because you can't just grab a piece of land and just do what the hell you want on it. You got to there's a lot of compliances that you've got to go through with code. Now, depending on how you set it up, like a farm's the best option for going off grid. Remember that. A farm, if you find rural agriculture land unrestricted, that is what you want to look for. If you can find it and you're in an ag community, the chances are usually it's open carry, it's unrestricted, you can have bonfires, pretty much do what you want without a lot of interference, as long as you're not breaking any building code requirements. That's the big thing. Building code requirements. I'm going to give you a little education. There's no permanent foundation building out here at all, okay? None. Everything's on blocks. This building is not even tied down. It's so damn big and so heavy that, anyway. But that's the deal there. This is considered pole barn. See? This is part of the ag side of the taxes, that you're allowed to build all these pole barn structures. And it doesn't really cost you anything to have them, because they know it's part of the deal. When I build sheds, they're on blocks. The shipping container is on, a bunch of gravel. And the rest of the structures are out here, the decks and the overhangs, they're just porches. That's all they are, see? Considered a porch. And this is just a picnic area. So there's really no structure out here that creates additional taxation. It's all part of the farm concept. And when you go off grid, the bottom line is you're not hooked up to power. You're not hooked up to water. You're not hooked up to the internet. And I'm not hooked up to the internet out here, folks. Remember, this iPhone I have in my hand is all Raleigh. This out here, I can record out here, but there's no signal out here. There's nothing out here. okay? This is actually a dead zone, a dead spot for cell phones. So when you're not hooked up to any municipalities whatsoever, nothing, then the only other thing is how are you getting your mail? You know, how do you stay connected to the outside world? Well, guess what? That's why I got a second address. Everything goes there. No mail comes here, so there's no address. That's the secret. This is a PIN number on a site map. And yeah, it can be found, but no mail comes here. That's off grid. So that's how you go off grid, folks. You got to have a few things in place legally. You got to have designation to the hobby farm under 10 acres, and then you can create a hobby farm. And then once you start building out here, the roads, you know, your small little house, just, you know, your storage facilities, you know, your outhouse and other storage facilities and hangout areas and all your equipment, storage facility, you know, anything that you build, just remember, it cannot be in a permanent foundation. Okay, you lay a slab up to a certain size, which is not very, you know, you're talking 4x8. Yeah, you can probably get away with a 4x8, but if you start building something for the size of a, you know, a 12x12 building, they're going to come out and permit you on it. Okay, that's called a permanent structure or a permanent foundation. So that's how you get taxed on that. So the only taxes is, yes, I do pay taxes on the value of the shed. Remember, it's a shed, 14x28. That's the maximum legal size that you can put on a trailer, is a 14x28. 392 square feet. Of course, we had to get permits to tow it down the road. But that building right there, it cost me $2,500 to buy it. And with the housing market, and the funny thing about this, I was thinking about this the other day, the housing market is so tight right now, it's so expensive, even if the small off-grid, the small town, the small house concept, well, guess what? That whole minimalist lifestyle is big business. Right now, it's big business. I have the building appraised at right now on the open market, even though obviously I'm not being taxed at that exact value, but with all the interior improvements and upgrades and everything I put on in that building and what I did to it, the insulation, everything, the flooring, the furniture, everything, that building right now is worth about $39,000. And it's really big. Two people can live in that real easy. And it's free. In reality, it's free. The neighbor's leaving. So, again, back to this. That's how you go off grid and you live cheap. You live within the guidelines of what the restrictions are of the property, and being that you're in an unrestricted rural agriculture land and farm community, then you really don't pay for anything as long as you have a designation as a hobby farm, which I do. Okay, this video has been long enough, and the only reason I'm kind of rambling on about this off-grid lifestyle and the living as cheap as you possibly can, because in my view, my opinion, the only thing that's going to really affect all of us down the road, long term, next 10, 15, 20 years, is going to be two things. And guess what those two things are? It's going to be, one, financial instability. Isn't that kind of happening now that the 1.9 trillion package has been approved, and they're trying to just keep everybody afloat? So financial instability is already something that's being felt by millions. Now, what's the other? Social and economic inequality. That's number 2. You can figure that one out for yourself. And if you don't already see that happening, then you're sleeping under a rock. Yep, under a rock. So, let's end this right now. Leave me those comments about what you think. But I think those things are happening now. And when those things happen, guess what happens? The price of everything, all services and commodities, products, intellectual property, anything, all these retail items will cost big bucks. And if you haven't seen the price of everything going up right now, you're living under a rock. And I mean everything. The price of everything is going up, and it will not stop here, folks. It will not stop here. That is why you should protect yourself and go off grid or live minimal as you can and save everything you can, because it ain't over. Y'all be good. Y'all stay tuned. And thanks for getting me to almost 22,000 subscribers. Stay blessed. Smash that bell for future notifications. You know me, I'm Tom here at the Off-Grid Farm on my 6.5-year anniversary. Y'all stay blessed.